Hi, I'm the girl with the list, and I have 7 days to get my list of reasons not to have kids to 300 before this app gets banned. If you want to see me again after that, I am on Instagram and YouTube. We got a lot of work to do, so without further ado, this is reason 288 why I'm not having kids.
Why does nobody talk about the fact that it's possible to tear upwards rather than towards the chocolate star, but rather towards your bean? Mine don't work no more.
I cannot stress this enough. That is a risk I am not willing to take. I need that. If that goes out of commission, I go out of commission. You're telling me that's the price you have to pay for a child? The risk is not worth the reward. Take your birth control. See you later today. Because if I'm going to get to 300, I'm going to have to work overtime. I also just posted a YouTube video, so you can go check that out, link in bio. Just when I thought it couldn't possibly get any worse, breastfeeding made this woman an amputee. Hi, I'm the girl with the list, and I'm here to cure your baby fever with reason 339, I am not having kids.
Basically what happened is I had mastitis, then formed into an abscess. That abscess then ruptured into my bloodstream, causing me to go into septic shock, a medically induced coma. Placed me on something called an ECMO. They take all the blood from your limbs and move it to your internal organs to save your life. They had to take my right leg, my left breast, and was still attached, but it was completely black. 3 fingers were black as well, and my foot.
In all of my years compiling this list, all of my hundreds of reasons not to have kids, this is the one. I, just like a bunch of other women in that comment section, had no idea that mastitis could be that severe and that dangerous. To have it burst, go into septic shock, have to go into a medically induced coma, and then lose a bunch of your limbs just to stay alive, to save your life? There is already so much that women have to sacrifice in order to become mothers. This woman, she takes the cake. She takes all of it. To be taking care of a newborn when all of this is happening, it's just unbelievable. Her leg, her ankle, one of her hands, all gone because of breastfeeding, because of pregnancy, because of how hard having babies is on your body. I don't even think I have to say it at this point. Take your birth control. Who is even going to have baby fever after this? If this hasn't cured collectively the entire world's baby fever, I don't know what will.
A new study shows that by 2030, an estimated 45% of women aged 25 to 44 will be single and child-free. First of all, I didn't know we needed a study to confirm what most of us already knew. And second of all, ladies, I am so proud of you. Women are fucking tired, exhausted. Men nowadays want the princess treatment, so women are becoming the new men. And don't even with the equal rights, because nothing is equal in this. Nothing is 50-50. It's proven that marriage improves men's lives way more than women's, because women's unpaid labor absorbs the cost. Even in dual income households where both people are working, women still do most of the cooking, cleaning, childcare, planning. Some men might help, but no one's asking for fucking help. Take full responsibility just like she is. Men in marriages get more rest, more focus, more support than he's ever had in his life, while women oftentimes have more work, less rest, and less freedom.
This is going to ruffle a few feathers, but this is my preference. The girl with the list has imprinted in my brain why I will never put myself or my body through all of that for free. So here we go. Prenup before pregnancy, so we need to be married. We're not doing baby mamas here, and I would have my own clauses in there that would cover cheating, stuff like that. The next one is 250,000 allowance annually per baby. Surrogates, they make like from 150,000 a year just to give birth. Okay, so please don't come at me. This will basically cover my weekly therapy sessions I'm gonna need before and post giving birth. A personal trainer to get me all fit and healthy, get my confidence back. Obviously like grocery shopping and just things that I would need to get for the kids like here and there. If I just have an annual or monthly allowance equivalent to that, I'm able to live comfortably, not just for myself, but for my child as well. So I feel like as a woman, I would just be sacrificing a lot. So this list, I don't think is asking for too much. I will not be working. I would just not have the capacity. Definitely have a housekeeper who could do laundry, cooking, cleaning, all of that for 6 months. I'm not here to suffer. Then it will be replaced by a weekly cleaner thereon, just to get me back into the hang of things like cooking, doing laundry, things like that, because I do actually enjoy that. But who's going to be having the energy to be doing all of that when you've just given birth? Anyway, next one. I would also have a mummy makeover because my body is going to be destroyed internally and externally. I think this is a given. Also, a night nurse, a doula. I love my sleep, so a night nurse would definitely be mandatory so that I can get my beauty sleep, to be able to have the energy in the morning, to be able to take over. It will put me in a way better mind frame. So next, push present. So either an apartment in my name, a car, or a business, something that is going to secure me and our child's or children future should anything happen. I'm always looking to add more onto this list because I'm very adamant I want to be child free, but for the right man, I wouldn't mind putting myself through all of that for the above.
Do you guys know the girl with the list?
Hi, I'm the girl with the list, and we have finally made it.
I only found her recently, but what she does is actually very simple. She keeps an ongoing living document, a list of reasons why she does not want to have children. Now, some of these reasons are very small. Some of these reasons are social, some are physical. She's not issuing commandments here. She's just documenting reasons out loud. Now, recently, podcaster Chris Williamson has been talking about her more than once, actually.
You see the girl with the list. There's a girl with the list on TikTok.
I find this all fascinating because this is the exact type of man people hold up whenever I'm told I'm too harsh online for the boys. But what is he actually doing here? That's the important bit. He's framing a woman carefully articulating her many personal reasons for not wanting children as something dangerous, as something that needs correcting. Here's the part I think he fundamentally misunderstands. Women have always been having this conversation. They've just had it privately, between friends, between sisters, between women, often after the damage of having a child is already done. At one point, he says of this creator,
By the sounds of things, it is a really good idea that she's not a mother, and I'm glad that she's choosing to not have kids.
this for me is the dumbest thing he could have said, because if this woman decides to change her mind and have children, she may not, I don't really care, then she is going into that decision with her eyes wide open. And the thing is, women should go into life-altering decisions, especially ones that permanently change their bodies, their careers, their time, their mental health, with their eyes as wide open as possible. The truth is, we all should go into those decisions with our eyes as wide open as possible, but it's women who are still overwhelmingly carrying a large burden. One thing, my girlfriend, who works across the spectrum of things, but often comes alongside perinatal health, qualifications on the wall. One thing she talked about with me was that there is this thing where people often misremember the sort of pain of childbirth and also postpartum too. Not because it wasn't traumatic, but because oxytocin literally alters the memory long term. So decades later, women are unintentionally romanticizing the experience when they talk to younger women. There's no malice involved here, it's just biology. So what this creator is doing with this list isn't radical, she's just removing the romance and replacing it with honesty. The point is, whatever decision is made with clarity instead of coercion. What frustrates me is that this fits into a broader pattern online where male commentators tell young men not to listen to women about women's lives. And I see the fallout constantly on my videos whenever gender is brought up. Women will agree in the comments, they'll give their own perspectives, they'll add even more colour to it, and men will respond by telling the women they're wrong about their own desires, and the people who stitch my videos are telling me that they're wrong too. At some point you have to ask, why do we trust men talking about women more than women talking about themselves? To back up his claims as well, Chris starts talking about South Korea's declining birth rate, and instead of sitting with these structural reasons for long enough, the material, economic and cultural pressures, he spends way too much time talking about
It's K-pop. One of the things that K-pop stars have to say is that they will be celibate. The most popular cultural influences in South Korea aren't showing a pro-relationship narrative. They also obviously can't be mothers or fathers.
It took me like a minute to Google that there's absolutely no evidence of that whatsoever. But also, Newsweek literally ran an article at the end of 2025 breaking this down in detail. And when you look at what South Korea is actually doing to address the falling birth rate, it tells a completely different story. They're expanding parental leave for both parents. They're offering cash incentives. They're doing free IVF. They're housing support and much more. They're addressing their concerns, the real concerns of their people, not telling K-pop artists to stop talking about being celibate. And even with all of that, the same deep-rooted pressures persist. High pressure, high cost society, enormous financial burden, brutal work culture, and caregiving still falling disproportionately on women. So when someone zooms past all that to start talking about pop stars instead, what they're really doing is reframing serious, rational conversations as frivolous. As if people just can't be bothered anymore. As if this is a vibe problem and not a reality problem. It's the same move every time. Ignore the data, ignore the lived experience, and just invent a cultural boogeyman instead. I guess my point is, to somebody like Chris, why does a woman's honesty about being a parent scare you more than their previous ignorance about what it means to be a parent?
There is this lady on TikTok that made a list, I think over 300 lists of why she will never have a child. And she listed a bunch of things that are really valid. A lot of those things are valid. And there are things that you can say, okay, sure, this is shallow. But even at that, It does not matter. It is our list. It is our choice. But this podcast bro here come out here to say that, you know what, just take a look at it. He picked the most shallow things on those lists. He purposely ignore the valid reason, the valid danger that women put themselves through when they are pregnant and all of that, the postpartum and all of that. So women go blind because of pregnancy. But this dude here, this is the reason why don't get pregnant. Let that birth rate drop. Let it go to the hell.
You see the girl with the list on TikTok. This girl wrote a 350.8-page long list and printed them out on TikTok of all of the reasons why she didn't want to have kids. And these ranged from things like literally a parasite living inside of my body to can't wear cute heels anymore to unable to do brunch with the girls. And then she printed off like a one-page list of reasons to have kids. And now like hashtag girl with the list on TikTok's got millions and billions of plays.
Amazing. Yeah. I mean, I guess she's kind of right. But the problem is that the thing you have to have on that reasons to have kids is like inexpressible joy. To
Meaningful
me,
experience of my life.
yeah, which to me does cancel out like brunch with the girls.
See, the thing is, there will always be women that who are willing. There will always be more women that want to have children than women that don't want to have children. But the men like this, some men like this that can't have it. When a woman wants to make a choice for herself, they can't stand that. They see that as being silly or whatever. And he's talking about going to cancel brunch with our girls. But these are some of the men that when you have children with them, they can never forgo their going to play golf with their mates on Saturday. They will leave you with the child to go and play golf with their mates. But they want you, a woman, to cancel everything about your life, to not have any purpose about your life apart from raising their kids. And you know, one thing that is also very concerning is some of these men don't even want these children. They just want them to use them as a prop, to have the social status. It's not because they really love children. They just want women that will give them trophy. They view children as trophy. And that is why when they see a woman that said, I don't want to do this, I don't want to have a child, they are like angry. You see them mad. Like, you have to give me what I want. You have to give me what I can use and brag to my fellow man and say, look at what I have. Look at my trophy. They will not take care of those children. Some of them don't even know their children's birthday. I've seen a lot of videos online about men that don't even know the grade their children are, the birthday of their children, whether their children are allergic to anything. But these are the men that will come online and be angry when a woman says that they don't want the children. These men don't view women as people that have autonomy. That is why this 2026, whatever you do as a woman, do not get pregnant. Also, this video is not about women that want children, women that purposely want to have children for themselves, not because society expects them to. This video is for women that feel pressure to have children. So if you're a woman and you want to have children, by all means, go ahead and have your kids. Because I have seen some women that felt this need to have children. Some women are called, they feel that they have a call to be mother. Those women are there. I have a sister that since we were little, she always wants to be a mother. That is what she wants. With or without any man, she will have a child by herself because that is what she wants for herself. If this is applying to you as a woman, if you are called to be a mother, this video is not for you. Have your child by all means. I support your choice. This is about women having choice, having the autonomy to do whatever they want to do with their body, not because they feel pressure by society or by man or by anything. So I say all of this to say this video is about a choice. Whether you want to have a child, whether you don't want to have a child, that should be your choice as a woman. That is all. That is my message. That is what this video is about. It's not about shaming mothers. It's not about shaming people that want to have children, that want to have kids. That is not what this video is about. It's about you making that choice for yourself, not because society expects that from you. Motherhood, whatever that will change your body, that will change you psychologically, mentally, physically, that choice should be something that you make for yourself without any external validation, without any external reasoning.